Hello, y'all, and welcome back to A Arts and Culture. I am your host, Kendal McAuley, and today I have with me a very special guest, Ty Cooper. He is the director of the Indie Short Film Festival, which is in Charlottesville. It will be March 21st through the 23rd. And today, we're just going to dive into the mission and then just a little bit of what you can expect from the upcoming festival. So without further ado, I will go ahead and introduce Ty Cooper.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, and thank you for coming out.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me. I'm excited being here. Sorry I got here a little late. Just
It's
some
okay.
traffic. I was out of town.
We're just
so
glad that you made it safe.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Now, Ty, I want you to just share a little bit about your vision for the Indie Short Film Festival and how it's evolved since the beginning.
Man, it's a humble story. It started out. The festival started out as a film series. So every month or every other month, in Charlottesville at the Vinegar Hill Theater, I would host a screening block. So I have about 7 to 9 short films, and I invite people from around the country to who has a film in it, and I would invite them to be present. So people would come from Cali, Pittsburgh, Florida, Delaware, New York, everywhere.
Okay.
And they'll come be present. It was a small 2-hour event, but people, filmmakers are passionate about their work.
That is
And we
true.
travel where we had to, if it's showing, we're gonna try our best to make it there. So long story short, it became popular in the area. It became more of an international short film series because we got films from all around the world.
Yes.
And then people came, and one thing about it, you want a market to trust your event or trust your business, so you had to be consistent. So no matter how big the turnout is or how small, you just continue to do it all the time.
Yes.
So there's been times, the theater holds 180, so there's been times where we had 160, there's been times where we had like 30, but you always just do it. So it was always regular, and people trusted it. And we brought something unique to the community because short films is a unique genre.
It really is.
Most of the films you'll never see.
True. And it takes a lot. It's a lot that goes into short films that I don't think people really understand.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not the easiest thing to do because you have to create, if you have a story arc in your script or whatever the case may be, your doc or whatever, but you have a story arc just like you have in a feature film, you start the introduction, you introduce the characters and the premise, and then you kind of go up in that story arc where you have conflict, right? And then there's this explosion, right, of whatever it is, emotions or physical, whatever it is, the story. And then it begins to resolve. So you have a story arc. Now, it's easy to do a story arc when you have a 3-act structure in a feature film, but it's more challenging to articulate that message and get that point across in a short film.
A limited amount of time.
Yeah. So we have to praise short filmmakers. And then many times, short films is fun. so I try to, the purpose of the festival is to provide a platform for independent filmmaking and to support that and to push that along, and also provide a unique experience for film enthusiasts who are attending the festival or the series. So that was kind of why we did it, to just support filmmakers. And I love the arts, and I'm a filmmaker as well.
Too.
I own a branding company, I'm a promoter. So for me, it's an easier transition from having a branded company where I'm shooting television commercials for clients, political clients, nonprofits, municipalities, and for profit entities. It's easy for me from doing commercials and branding videos to doing film because I'm doing the same thing. I'm telling the story, I'm shooting, I'm filming, I'm sound, all the things I'm doing, and but a lot of people are not marketers, so I could promote a concert or a show or a screening event and promote my own films, rent a movie theater out, market it, get sponsorships, make money.
Right.
A lot of filmmakers don't have that. They just want to, all they know about is creating a beautiful image.
And concentrating on the art.
Yeah, and the art, and they don't have that, so they depend on someone else doing that for them. And the reality is, most independent filmmakers, their projects never see the day of light. It sits on their computer, it lives at home. And they didn't create that work to live at home.
Very true.
You know?
We create work to share it with like-minded individuals.
That's right.
Individuals that we do not know.
Yep,
And
yep.
how else do we do that but marketing it?
Yeah.
So that is where, like, we need the collaboration.
That's right.
Filmmakers, I always say it's a big collaborative effort.
Yeah.
Because there are so many different aspects and so many different people that have different expertise. So
Yeah.
thank you for putting
Yeah.
this together.
Yeah. And that's where I
We
come in
need
at.
more things like this in the Central Virginia area. But there is stuff like this that exists. There are film festivals that exist. So I thank you for, just coming out here to share.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it's about. I appreciate just the opportunity of sharing, because, hey,
Yes.
without the media, without people like yourself, it makes it a lot easier for us to get the word out beyond our small circles.
Right.
So I have media sponsors and so forth for the festival, and I honor them for honoring me and honoring what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to present to the community, And the event is in Charlottesville, Virginia, but the reality is that like last year, for instance. Last year, we had 25% of the lineup from Virginia. Virginia filmmakers made up 25% of the whole lineup.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
Virginia is a film place. Like,
Yeah.
I don't even think people realize
they do
how
not.
many films have been filmed here and
Yeah.
are still being filmed
TV
here.
shows and so forth.
Yeah.
And the reality is, and also, 20% last year, 20% of the films came from Sundance. I work for Sundance, so I go to Sundance every year.
Awesome.
This was my 10th year at Sundance this past January, so I go to Park City, Utah for that.
Okay.
And I get films from there, right, and bring them to Charlottesville. So, but 25% was big. Now I screened 73 short films last year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this
That's
year's
a lot of work,
110.
too.
No, this year's 110.
Oh my goodness.
So I went up 50% in
Yeah.
the lineup, and we have, but I'll let you ask questions,
No
because
problem.
I'm hogging the time, the airways. But
You are fine.
yeah.
Well, I wanted to go back to the festival.
Sure.
So are there any like specific themes or stories that you're particularly interested in for this year's festival?
Well, the festival is not necessarily a themed festival. Like, so
Okay.
for instance, there's
So
some
it's open.
Yeah, there's some festivals that will have a theme. So like, let's say it would say the environment, climate change. It would be an overarching theme to the festival. With our festival, we have film blocks, right? With many different films in there in each block.
Okay.
But it's themed in a way where I have a women in film block. I have a
Yes,
Black
awesome.
Expressions and Cinema block, right?
Excellent.
And then I have these other titles for other. But I have 2 documentary blocks because we have a lot of documentaries. So I have 2 documentary blocks, and then I have 2 Virginia filmmaking showcases. So on Sundays, we have 2 of those. So, and then we have other film. We got animation block, but it doesn't mean that the stories are similar. It just means that
The genres.
the
are
genre that Virginia
similar.
filmmaking block, documentaries, but we got documentaries on sneakers, we have documentaries on, various different things, right? Medical stuff, because UVA department, UVA Health, the Department of Diversity and Inclusion is like a sponsor.
Okay.
And so, I've been community engagement. Sorry, UVA. UVA Health, Office of Diversity and Community Engagement. So that I make sure that I have medical films that lines with my sponsor, the presenting sponsor. And so we have a few of those on diabetes, on just health conditions that impact Black and brown, and then others as well.
Yeah.
So I mean, so we just 110 films. It's all over the place.
No, that sounds like it's going to
Comedy.
be great, like
Yeah.
entertaining, some
Yeah.
educational pieces.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
What was it? It was the funny. Let me say, hold on. We have a film block titled "Life is Funny." It's a comedy block.
Okay.
It's hilarious. That's a good one.
We need that in this moment of time.
Yeah, that's a good one. My film is in it. You know, we talked about off camera. My film is in it. It's a documentary film called "The Price of Resistance." Salah Udin, an American agitator. So it's about a civil rights activist, you know, from the '60s, who's still alive. He's 83 years old.
Yeah.
And we have so many other. We got some love stories, romantic stories, and we have some thrillers and some heavy drama.
Mix of everything.
Yeah. Music videos. We have music videos, and we have these different. Yeah, so it's a lot. Screening, screenwriting competition, panel discussions, Sunday brunch awards.
Okay.
It's a full. Trust me. We have the launch party with the live band and DJ.
Okay, so Friday night when you
That's
guys
Friday
kick
night,
off.
the launch party. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So it sounds like something you don't want to miss.
No, you don't want to miss that. You don't want to miss. It's gonna be fun. And
Sounds like an event-filled weekend. Like I think I'm gonna be there.
what's a
I'm not sure
festival
which
without a
one.
launch party anywhere?
I know.
Like it doesn't.
You have to
I keep
have-
saying that it doesn't work.
A staple to kick off the event.
Yeah, for sure.
So I want to say the festival is known for like highlighting underrepresented voices. Can you talk about like why this focus is like important to you and how it shapes the festival's overall programming?
Yeah. You know, for me, I do a lot around the country. I've been promoting since 1993, since I was an undergrad at Norfolk State University.
That's the year I was born.
Oh yeah, yes. There, you got to put that out there though.
Yeah, it's okay.
I love my age. You know what I mean?
93 was a great year.
I'm here to see it. Yeah, I've been doing this. I've been doing various events for a long time, and so for me, when I'm living in a place, I live in Charlottesville, right? And when I live in a location, I think that you should be a depositor. You should not be an extractor, right? So
Very
you should
true.
put into your environment, your community. You pour into it. Whatever you pour into it, you pour into it. And my responsibility, I think, is to enhance the cultural landscape of Charlottesville and beyond. So this particular project, excuse me, this festival, for me is all about representing the community, right? So it needs to be a reflection of the community. It needs to be a mirror image. And as a mirror image, I look at the community, who we have in this community. We have Black, we have white, we have Latino, we have Asian, we have Indian, and beyond.
Yes.
We have LGBTQIA communities. We have straight communities. We have women. We have men. So now I look at that whole big bowl of jelly beans, right, with different colors.
Yes.
And I'm like, okay, I need to grab some of those jelly beans out, and if whatever I have in my hand needs to be represented.
I agree.
If I see, okay, you know what, somehow, some way in my hand, I got the same jelly beans, I put that away, and I dig back in there with two hands. And then I get that. And if I have a diverse amount of jelly beans, I make sure that, okay, I got to put this out. So I got to put this on the wall. So part of the focus is to diverse the audience, and also not only to diverse the audience, but also I control what's on that screen. So my associate programmers and I, we go through all the film submissions, and we try to get amazing stories.
Yes.
And within those amazing stories, one of the requirements is undertold stories, untold voices, unheard voices. And so if we don't have them in that, like I said, I'll go back into the bowl and pick out some more jelly beans,
Yes.
right? And that's what I do with the programming. So my goal is to represent not just only undertold, but all stories, as many as I can. But I got to make sure that there's a representation for those who don't necessarily have representation.
Have their stories told.
Yeah, I don't need a scandal to happen for me to be a reactive human being. I like to be proactive. So Hollywood tends to be reactive. Something happened with someone getting snubbed at the Academy Awards. Oh, okay, we gotta find the next black film, and then we get one, and we're gonna put it up there, something like Black Panther. They'll be satisfied, and then we're gonna go back to our what we normally do,
regular program,
until they start screaming again, and then we put another black one up there. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
I'm not that way. My goal is to always consistently tell these voices. It could be a voice of a white person who lives in a trailer park, who may be in West Virginia, who may not have resources. To me, that story needs to be told, right?
Very true.
Yes, if the person is white, yes, Hollywood is white, but the Indie Short Film Festival is not white. The Indie Short Film Festival is not black. It's a thing where it's a tool that I'm using to uplift voices. I will go in the black community. I have some independent films that was sent. Well, all the films are independent, but I have something on called Nice Kicks.
Okay.
It's a young black filmmaker. He submitted it. It's not necessarily like the best, most polished film, but it's a story of the culture. It represents the culture.
Yes.
People love sneakers. I have on some Golden Goose right now, right? I love sneakers.
I know, and it's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you do that. And then I have other voices. I have Trailer Park Queen. Speaking of Trailer Park, I have Trailer Park Queen, which is, I met a young woman who go to, I think she go to USC, but she's in Cali.
Okay.
I met her at Sundance. We talked about it. I gave her a waiver. We was talking at the Adobe pop-up spot. She ended up conversing, and I was like, you know what? I like you. I say, here's the film festival I have coming up. Send me your film. Use this waiver. You won't have to pay, and I would love to show your film. And it's called Trailer Park Queen. Trailer Park Queen. It's funny.
All right, I gotta
You know.
look forward to. I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing all of these films.
And so I know I gave you a very long answer to your question, but I really wanted to share that because it's all about perspective, and I just want people to really understand the approach to this.
Very
Like,
true.
it's not just creating a film festival, putting your film festival on Film Freeway, you get submissions in, and you just putting stuff together and you just kind of tossing out there. It's a lot of thought behind everything that we do at the Indie Short Film Festival. This year is different than last year. Last year I had, like I said, 73 films. This year's 110.
I know, that's gonna be
Yeah.
wonderful.
Last year I had 4 panel discussions. This year's 5. Last year I didn't have an acting workshop. This year I have an intensive acting workshop by a young lady named Rosalind Coleman Williams. She's been on everything. Law and Order. I mean,
That name sounds familiar.
Blacklist. She's
That
very
name
popular.
sounds really familiar.
Brown Sugar. If you saw Brown Sugar with Tay Diggs,
Yeah.
she was the person who ran the radio station. She was the program director. He was trying to get his song played. So she's teaching the workshop on March 22nd, which is Saturday, from 8:30 to 12:30. So it's an intensive workshop. It costs $75, $70 or what have you. But I'm telling you, that workshop is no joke. But I didn't have any workshops last year.
Okay.
So every year you want to make it better.
And make it different.
Make it different, make it better. I don't know what I'm going to do next year.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't know, because this year was kind of a little tough. But
Yeah.
I love it. I love doing what I do, so it's all good.
And we appreciate you. Arts is never going to die, and we're in a time right now where we need to be surrounded by arts and have an outlet, like you said, for different stories to be told, different
Right.
perspectives to be shown.
Right.
So when I hear about things that are being done by regular people in the
Yeah.
community, I have to
yeah.
talk to them and have them on. So
Yeah.
I appreciate you for coming out.
Yeah, no doubt. We're just trying to win and trying to help people win. That's all. That's really all it's about.
So-
Also the panel discussions and table
I was
read.
going to ask about the panel
Oh, okay.
discussions.
It's free.
Yeah.
They're all free.
Awesome.
So some people may not have the economic means to come to the festival, right? I mean, we could always say, oh, it's the all access pass is only $169. You get everything. The movie bar pass is only $100. You get all the films, or $15 for each film block.
Okay.
So there's a way for everyone, right?
Yes.
But that's not necessarily the case. $15, I mean, may be a lot for someone. And can I give movies out for free? I can't really give stuff out for free like that.
Very true, 'cause
I
it's
can.
work.
I try to make it. Yeah, I try to make it as accessible as possible because we do have a lot of bills to pay, right? But also, if you want to be involved in some capacity, you can come to all the workshop. I mean, not the workshop, the panel discussions. We have filmmakers on each panel discussion. Or you could say, you know what, I want to do the panel. That's 5 panels all day long. And then on Sunday, I want to go to the table read event, right? That's free, okay? So
Excellent.
you can come to the fest. There's no excuse.
So it's something for everyone.
You could come
for
no matter what you
everybody.
have in your pocket. You can come to the festival to experience the festival on some level, at least on some level. And it's possible that you come out, I may give you a free ticket to a movie block because we may
Okay,
have
y'all
sold
hear
out.
that?
Yeah, because we may have sold out, right?
Yeah.
But we may sell out on certain blocks, but we always have people like a sponsor who may contact us and say, hey, I can't make it, so you can release my tickets.
Okay.
So I may
maybe
say,
a
hey,
spot available.
we have a couple of tickets, here you go. And sometimes we sell those too, though, because they release them. But at the same time, sometimes we make things happen. Yeah, we make things happen. And that's just kind of what it is. I think it's important to make, accessibility is very important.
Very true.
And so the panel discussions, we have panel discussions on AI, documentary filmmaking, women in film, like, you know, the pushbacks and so forth of women in film. We have the black experience in American cinema film block, and that one is all about great. We have a gentleman who has a film in the festival called Harlem Fragments. He's a filmmaker from Harlem. I'm from Harlem, so I got ultimate love for him in his film. I accepted his film before I even saw it. It was accepted in my mind, but it actually ended up being amazing. So I was happy. Fuji Pictures, Fuji Film sponsored that. You know, his film. So and then we have the art of filmmaking, like the crafts of filmmaking, and something else I think is missing. But no, that was 5. I think I mentioned 5. And
so too.
yeah. And then what's the name too though? I mentioned the table reads, right?
Yes.
So we have a screenwriting competition, and the top screenplays win money, but also what they win is a table read. So they get a table read, so which means that their script is read in front of an audience by actors.
Okay.
And they are there. Sometimes they come, and they ask questions. To the so once they read it, the filmmaker will ask questions and get feedback from the readers.
Okay.
Like, you know, something may not have rolled off the tongue well, right? It was a dialogue that was kind of maybe too heavy, or whatever the case may be, and they get that feedback. So last year we had a screenwriter named Mary Emily and Susan Reed. They partnered on this film called Fire Talker. It's a script. It was read. They got the feedback. Mary went back and did some rewrites, changed it up, made the film since last year, and that film is in the festival this year.
That's awesome.
You know, so you submit you submit a script and
can just grow from there, and next year be in the festival.
Yeah, that's our testimony on that part of the programming, because I thought it was important, because a lot of times a screenwriter, they're not seen, right? They go to, like, if they go to film festivals, they submit to film festivals, because the film festival have a screenwriting competition, and they submit it, and then they get awarded or whatever, but you don't see them, because you go to the festival, you're just seeing movies, you shaking hands with those filmmakers, because those filmmakers, at the end of the movie screening, they come to the front and there's a short, a brief Q&A, like a 15-minute Q&A.
Mm-hmm.
Well, where's the screenwriter?
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
That's that voice in the background.
yeah, that's that voice in the back. I like that. I like that. I like that. Yes, that voice in the background now is a voice in the front because now they have a table read, so they could be seen and heard, and they
Yes.
really feel as though they're really part of the festival. And a buddy of mine named Kent Riley, he supports that. He sponsored the cash prize for the filmmakers. So shout out to
Okay.
Kent. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
Awesome. So I know you mentioned last year's festival, and I have some photos. So
Oh yeah.
if you don't mind, just sharing a little bit of the moments.
Oh, okay.
From
That's what
last
you're doing.
year's
I know you're gonna do
festival.
that. Let me see. Let me drink some water first.
Yeah.
And I took off the label, so we're not giving anyone free marketing.
No promo.
Mm-mm.
So I have this photo. It looks like, was this a live?
I don't see it.
Oh, you don't see it on your end?
No. Mm-mm.
One moment. Let me see.
Oh,
Still
okay.
learning the navigation a little bit with
Yep.
the new scenes.
Yep. So this is Fire Talker.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is Fire Talker. This is the film that we just talked about.
Yeah.
That was the script. So this is what's in the festival.
Very
Yeah.
ironic. I just pulled that up.
Yeah,
and
that's
that was the
that's
first
yeah, that's
photo.
crazy. Yeah. That's and that actor, she's the writer as well. Yeah.
I can go back.
Yeah, she's
So
the writer.
this was one of the writers.
Yeah, she is the writer.
Awesome.
She's the
And in the
and she
in the
stars
short
in it.
film.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's awesome.
Yeah. She's great. Her partner, Susan, is great. They're great people.
All right, I have another
And they're out of Georgia
one.
too, by the way. They're out of Georgia.
Out of
so-
Georgia?
Yeah. They work at Georgia State University.
Awesome.
Yeah, GSU. Yeah. Yep. And this is Stride. So this is part of the Black Expressions in Cinema block.
Okay.
That's on Saturday, and yeah, it's a good film. He's an athlete. He come down with the illness, and I'm not gonna give any more.
Don't give too many
Yeah.
details.
But that's on
problem.
Saturday, and so this right here is this is the table read. So this is a
Okay.
table read event that we talked about. On the left, if you can see on the left, depending on how you're looking at this, but on the left of the picture, the lady in the black sweatshirt and the next to her, the woman with the hat.
Okay.
Yeah, those are the ones from Fire Talker. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So they actually have two films in the festival. They have Bane in the Night, which is one, and they have Fire Talker. So that they both in the festival. So if you can see that they are really like. For whatever reason, they far away from the readers. They should be on that sofa over there. But this is the venue. This is called Vault, Virginia. This is the venue that we use for the table reads and also for the what do you call it? The acting workshop.
Okay.
But yes, this is a beautiful space, as you can see. Has some depth, and it just looks good. Yeah, it looks good. This is one of my favorite
Great
pictures from the
venue.
festival. Yeah. But this is a great moment, though. They reading 3 screenplays, and they got actors in there. You got filmmakers, like the guys that's across from those women in the back. Those are both filmmakers. They had a film in the festival, and I can't really see the other people in their back, behind. But yeah, it's a pretty cool picture. But it was a great moment. It's a beautiful moment.
I like this photo as well, and I like
Yes.
the black and white to it.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is the filmmaker from here. So both of them, well, all of them are filmmakers because it's after the
Okay.
Q&A, but they are Virginia filmmakers. They live, from my
Wonderful.
understanding, they live in Virginia. I mean, they live in Virginia, but I think they live in Richmond or outside of Richmond. So they're in this area over here in Richmond, yeah. Yep, so that's after one of the filming blocks, and she's speaking on, I forgot the name of their film last year, but they do some very, like, they definitely have that very indie style of
Okay.
filmmaking, those two. And this gentleman that's next to him, he has a film in the festival this year as well.
Awesome. I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, and same thing, just probably a different
Different
film
filmmaker,
block.
maybe?
Yeah, probably a different film block, I think, yeah. But for sure, yes, this is after, the screening.
Awesome.
Yeah. That right there, you know who that gentleman is?
Is that you?
No, that's not. Well, sitting down, yeah, with the boy head,
Okay.
yeah, who needs a haircut. But
Fine.
no, the guy standing up. So the gentleman and the woman that's next to him, That's Paul Wagner. So
Okay.
this is at the Sunday Brunch Awards. So we have a Sunday brunch, like, on Sunday, 11:30 to 1:30. And we have brunch at this beautiful, amazing place on the downtown mall in Charlottesville.
Okay.
And anyway, that's Paul Wagner. So Paul Wagner, he won an Academy Award for a documentary that he made. And he's a professor in film at
That's
UVA.
major.
But he came to my house. He and Ellen, his wife, they came to my house, and I showed them the draft of my documentary, before, finishing the edit and everything. And, he loved it. He gave me the stamp. So I was very happy.
That's major, too.
Yeah, that's major. He won an Academy. He won an
Award
Oscar.
winner,
Yeah. So he gave me this. He gave me the stamp, and he gave me some notes. And my partner and I, my partner did the editing. She went back and just, kind of like took those notes and incorporated them in there. And my partner is Annette Banks. She won a handful. She don't like for me to say how many she won, but she won a handful of Emmys.
That is
Yeah.
wonderful. That's major, too.
Yeah. She don't like for me to mention the exact amount. She said it just sounds bad. So she's a multi-Emmy award-winning filmmaker, and that's my partner.
That is amazing.
Yeah, so we did The Price of Resistance together. So, and make sure y'all get your tickets. IndieShortFilmFestival.net. IndieShortFilmFestival.net. It's very important that you go onto the website, get your Film Block 3, where my film is in. It's as of this morning, it only has six tickets left for that block.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so we have
So selling out quick,
yeah,
y'all.
we have tickets for other blocks now. Don't get me wrong, but my film is in that block, so people kind of support me. They know me, so they kind of, So we got like 6 tickets left, so that's going to sell out. That block 3, is going to sell out, and that's an amazing block actually. But it's also shown in block 8 as well.
Okay.
So that's what that picture is. So that's they check it in at the Sunday brunch.
Awesome. I think I got one more. Yep. One
Yeah,
more.
and that's the same. That's a table read. Yeah, table read
Excellent.
event. Yeah. If I know you're gonna do this, I would have sent you more pictures. But it's
Well,
okay.
It was a surprise.
Yeah, it's a
all
surprise.
good.
Yeah, this is a cool way to kind of reminisce and talk about last year's festival like that. Just to see the photos and kind of
Reminisce, go back and see how far
Cool
it's
moments.
grown for this year,
yeah.
and then it's gonna grow for the next year, and so coming. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's cool. I appreciate you doing that. I think the goal should be to at least match last year and just make corrections. But you know how it go. You always want to do things better,
you
right?
always want to grow.
You always
You
wanna do
always
things
want to
better.
do more
Yeah,
than
more and
than
more.
what has been done before.
Yeah, but I think that it's safe and responsible for you to have limits, like limitations
Very
on
true.
certain things. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I don't know what's going to happen next year as far as like with the festival, like how it's going to look. But I know 110 films is a lot, so I may try to either maintain that.
Yeah.
If I get into the headspace where I'm saying, oh, okay, I got to go bigger. Bigger is not always better.
Very true. That is true.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe 110 would be the cap. But if it's more than 110, then that means it would have to be more days.
Very true.
It would have to be I would have to add another day to make that make sense.
Which sounds like an awesome event.
Yeah, but it's packed right now. I mean, I got film blocks that's like it's supposed to be 2 hours, and it's like 2 hours and 15 minutes, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Okay.
It's like packed. But I think giving people more for their money is definitely worth doing.
Very true.
Under promise, over deliver. People be like, oh wow, $15 and I got all this for $15.
Yes.
So I think it's important to do that.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So, and even like the all access pass, we have the passes. The all access pass is $169, but if you break it down, like all the film blocks, the panel, not the panel discussion, the Sunday brunch awards, the launch party, and they get priority seating at the panels and stuff like that. All pass holders do. When you look at that, it's a huge saving because that's like $300 or something like that, but you're getting it
True.
for $169. So I think trying to make it like just trying to give a lot for the money is what I think is what I try to do. You know.
Hey, I
Yeah.
think you're already doing that.
Yeah, we try. We gotta get you there though.
I sure will. I may pop out. I'm not sure if I want to do Friday the night when you guys kick off
Yeah,
or if I
yeah.
want to do Saturday.
Yeah.
But I most definitely will be in the
Saturday is cool. The women in film block, the documentary blocks, the comedy block at 9:00. The comedy block is at 9:00 though. I wanted to kickstart people's morning.
I like that. We
Yeah.
need that,
Yeah,
especially early in the morning.
Yeah. Some people said, "Hey man, you should have had that later," because I don't get out of bed on Saturday
Well,
too
maybe
early.
that'll motivate
I s-
folks to get out of the
Yeah,
bed.
yeah. That's what I say. That's what I say. You know, hopefully it'll motivate them, and they'll make a move. They'll bust a
Yes.
move. You know, yeah. That's
And
what we say.
Ty, before we wrap up,
Mhm.
again, where can we find like the full lineup, and
Yes.
how can we still purchase tickets for this week's event?
Yeah, so go to Indie, that's INDIE, not INDY, INDIE, shortfilmfestival.net. IndieShortFilmFestival.net. If you do .com, it comes to me as well, but .net. And also there's a shorter one too, but you can go there. So when you go to the website, you're gonna see schedule is live. Just click on that, and then it'll go to the schedule. You can be able to pick the schedule. You can buy passes. You can buy individual tickets. Whatever you want to do, is up there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. I guess we will wrap this
Thank
episode
you.
up. Again, that was Ty Cooper. He
Yeah.
is the director of the Indie Short Film Festival in Charlottesville. So make sure y'all come on out this weekend.
Yes, ma'am. Come out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us.
All right, thank
Have
you.
a good evening.
Thank you.